How to get straight A's? So it's a question that arises in every student minds, but nobody shares them the tip that actually works. So today in this video, I'm going to share you the actual tip that feels illegal. So make sure to subscribe before that. So I'm not going to ask you to use fancy stationery. Neither I'm going to ask you to make super fancy aesthetic notes that waste a lot of time. Instead, I'm going to share you the tips that can actually make you a straight A student. So the first step that I would like to share you is making a weekly planner that is very productive for the students, because if you plan to make a to-do list, most of the students are quite lazy, or they forget to make a to-do list, or they don't have the time to make the to-do list daily. So rather than that, they can make a weekly planner so they'll know the task for this week and they can work on their task rather than using a to-do list. That can be very productive for the students because they'll have to complete this task. They're well aware what task they need to do this week. Then the second tip that I would like to share is, every time when you go through a chapter, every time when you read the chapter, make sure to underline the important points that you feel are necessary. And other than that, I would also suggest you to use sticky notes in each chapter, so that where you can write the important points that you feel find difficult. Other than that, you can write formulas in science and maths, so that every time when you go through that chapter again, you can revise through those sticky notes and you don't have to read the whole chapter again. The second tip after that I would like to share you is, every time when you feel going through a chapter, you feel this point is difficult, make sure to mark that point so that later on you can study it through the YouTube or somewhere else. Next is, use a reference book in order to solve extra questions, solve MCQs that are very important in your exam. That can help you get straight A's too. Along with that, they also help you get a clear understanding, especially in subjects like social studies, which is a vast and a brief subjects. So that can help you solving MCQs, can help you understand your topic much and more better way. In maths, I would ask you to revise formulas, because if you know each and every formula, you'll be aware which question, what formula you have to use, what we have to derive from this formula to get the answer. So that is the most important. Along with that, also mark the formulas that you feel you find difficult to remember, or you feel are more important compared to other formulas. So make sure to mark that. Other than that, when you're going through your notes, make sure to highlight the important points. So every time when you go through your notes, you don't have to read each and every word of your notes. Instead, make sure to highlight the important points so you are well aware these are the important points that you need, and also the keywords that you have to write in the exams. So the next point that I would like to suggest to you is not to waste too much time in making notes or making them too colorful. Just write your notes simply, and then later on you can highlight it, make it beautiful, but do not spend your time too much while making notes, making them aesthetic using hundreds of colorful pens, because that is a waste of time. You're not able to concentrate on your studies. So rather than that, use this method. Then the next step that I would like to share is for the math subject. Every time when you're solving, so I used to have an LCD on which I used to solve each and every question. Instead of LCD, you can also use normal notebooks and pens to solve the questions. So solving question is quite important in maths. More the number of questions you solve, more the promise you have that you can do this question more correctly. And also I would like to ask, in just then, other than just school books, also purchase other books, other reference books from outside, so that you can study in more detail, solve more types of questions that may come in exams. Then the next step is exam writing tips. Now if you want to get these exam writing tips, make sure to comment exam writing tips, and also make sure to subscribe so that I can make a next video on sharing these exam tips. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon. See you in next video. Till that time, bye bye.